Hi Gemini, we are doing an unhinged reading and we're gonna talk about things unsugarcoated and uncensored that you might not want to hear. And let's begin. 3 questions are going to be answered at the end of this. The timestamps are always given in the description box as well as in the comment section. So the 3 of Cups is friendships that you have been harboring and creating over time that really help you and sustain you emotionally. There is something that is difficult, that's going to be difficult for you to handle, and these people are going to help you through that time. And with the 6 of Cups, there's someone who really has been there for you since possibly childhood, or possibly a time period where you feel that you were naive, and whenever you think about this person, you feel that you reminisce about your own younger days. So there are 2 possible options that you have. Maybe these options represent you going ahead with something and not going ahead with something, but there is a middle ground and a middle option where you compromise certain things, and maybe you create a path and an option where you're not having to either or, and you're not having to create a scenario where you approach it or not, go ahead with it or not, if that makes sense. And the thing is, you feel that it is loyal for you to be that direct in your approach. Cutthroat, or even you're seeing black and white, is loyalty. Who is it loyal to? My question is it to yourself or is it to someone else? If it's to yourself, because I think you need to approach this in a manner that is good for you, because this decision is very much for you and not anyone else. So you shouldn't really be thinking about this in terms of how it's going to affect someone else, because you really need to be looking out for yourself. It's loyalty to yourself, then definitely do that. And so your guides are saying that before you approach this person, before you go after something that maybe you're uncertain about, you have to let go of things that have been haunting you for some time. And the things that have been difficult for you to express to people, you have not been able to really talk about things, and it's going to only get more and more difficult if you approach this thing or this person that you might really be stepping towards. If this is a person and not a situation, then you need to have established a level of communication where you don't feel that you have to come out of that established ground. This doesn't make sense. Let me rephrase it. Where you don't have to be different in their eyes. If you establish a level of communication from the start, you won't feel the hesitation of, oh, this person might think that I'm acting different. Rather, you need to just be upfront and communicative about how you feel about things from the start. And okay, we're gonna start with the unhinged messages now. So the person that you might be approaching, or the person that you might want to be with, they aren't really opening themselves up right now. They feel hesitant to open themselves up right now. And the thing is, they have a lot of fiery energy. There are so many passions with this person that they're triggered very easily with certain things. They have a temperament that they haven't really been showing to you, and at least for the time being, maybe they really maneuvered their one side of their personality and tried to really wrap it up and represent it in a way that's representable. I hope this makes sense. But this person wants you, they want to be committed to you, and that's why they want you to think of them in a light that really reflects in a good way. So basically they're hiding a side of themselves from you, and eventually you will find out about it, and you will feel that this person hasn't really been upfront about themselves with you. And when that happens, your money and your coins will be really a saving grace. So the message really here is you need to save up for that day, because while you are healing yourself, even to begin this relationship, there are certain difficulties that are going to come eventually. That person who you might be with, or eventually would be with, this person will have sides that they are not opening themselves up about. And when they do, you will feel the burnt of this deception, even, or this I don't know, but you will feel a certain way about it, and strongly, might I add. And the power card in reverse, okay, there is a power struggle coming with this person, and prepare yourself for that. You will have to deal with not being in control of things, and that will really take a number on your self-esteem. And we have the transformation, and you feel that you can adapt to certain situations, and you might be really good at that, sure. But when it comes to this, that means that leaving your integrity behind and changing yourself so much so that you might not realize what you are giving up. It might be a part of you, a very significant part of you, that you might be giving up. So I hope that really helped. Maybe it didn't, but I know this might be difficult to hear. But, and that's a heavy, but the world card, the world tree, represents that this is a part of your life. It's going to happen. If this is not this person that really brings you this message, it will eventually be someone else. So not to say that you need to be with this person, it's the message that will repeat itself, rather than you having to face any dynamic that you're not comfortable with. I hope that makes sense, because the thing is, you need to learn the message and not really deal with the people, if that makes sense. Because you don't have to confine yourself to someone, because it is a lesson you have to learn. But if you just learn the lesson, the relationship doesn't even have to happen, you know. Maybe that isn't an advice you need, and probably. So we're gonna answer your 3 questions. So Gemini, if you haven't really just left already by the unhingedness, let's answer your questions. So okay, this makes sense. Okay, to the first, it's building a home, it's building shelter, and possibly really sentimentally a home, a place that you can call a home and really feel it in all of its ways. So in terms of a yes or no, it is a yes. To the second, it is a no, and it's a substantial no, where the card is jealousy and the card is pain and hurt. So in terms of a yes or no, it is a no. And to the third, it is happiness and a yes, and it looks really positive. So that's all. I hope that really didn't piss you off as much as I imagine it to. And maybe share, and maybe consider subscribing to have more of these readings. So have a great day, Gemini.